Hi, I'm Randolph Miller, and welcome to Bouncearound Charleston. Domestic violence, child abuse. It's being told in another way. There's a movie entitled Escape to Tell by Nefertiti Smalls in Hartsville, South Carolina. She will be here to tell us all about that. And then the second annual Spring Jazz Jam by the Charleston Jazz Club. Great music. They will be here to give us more information. And then great music by the Trinity Inspirational Choir right here on Bouncearound Charleston.
Birds were made to fly, baby. And this is no ordinary bird.
When Jesus came into his own knew him not. She didn't know him. And it all can be explained in this book.
If you quote one more scripture,
And there's gonna come a day when I have to let all of you go.
Wow. True story.
Yes, true story.
The true story of Nefertiti Smalls.
That's correct.
Escaped to Tell.
Yes.
It's about your life. And so now it's being played as a movie.
Correct.
What inspired you to do this?
Well, I think my greatest inspiration was actually coming through it and not believing that I would. After you experience something horrific, tragedy at the extent that I did.
Child abuse.
Child abuse, domestic violence. Well, I wasn't the victim of domestic violence, so I feel like I'm telling my mother's story for her. She was actually stabbed to death by my father in front of my siblings and I when I was 3 years old, which sent us down a horrific hill of emotional trauma that we had to deal with. Years later, we would endure a lot of abuse and neglect, and eventually I was sexually assaulted by a family member. And so when I found myself at the bottom, I realized that I had one of two choices. That I could either stop there or I could do something about it. And so I chose to be a voice for so many others who feel like they can't speak, to let them know that there is life on the other side.
So you took the pen and you also wrote books.
Exactly.
About it.
Yes.
Cries from Within?
Cries from Within. As a matter of fact, I always tell people I was never intending to write a book. I was journaling my way through my hurts because that's all I knew. I wasn't very verbal during that time in my life, so I would just write. And after I accepted Christ as Lord, I decided, you know, I wanted to use my testimony to help others. I used the foundation that when you are converted, go back and strengthen others.
Go back and strengthen others.
That became my responsibility, to go back and pull those other people out who felt like they were hopeless because of the abuse that they have also endured.
So how long has it taken to put this film together?
It's taken us a little over 3 years, actually, from conception to birth is what I call it, because it's just like having a baby. We are actually set to premiere this Saturday. The very first screening that we're going to have is this Saturday.
In Hartsville?
In Hartsville.
And where is Hartsville?
Hartsville is actually on the other side of Florence, and it's probably about 20 minutes outside of Florence.
Okay.
We actually have a lot of support that have come from the Low Country as far as ticket purchases already. We are going to be airing twice that day, at 3 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. We're doing it black tie style, but we're doing blue carpet.
Yeah.
We're doing blue carpet because it's Child Abuse Awareness Month.
Okay.
And so blue is the color for child abuse awareness and prevention.
Okay, so in reference to support about domestic violence and child abuse, what agencies have stepped forth to even to let you know that we're supporting you? Most
definitely. The agency that has really helped us out the most is called PD Coalition, and it's throughout the PD area that covers Hartsville, Florence, Darlington, Dillon, Marion, covers that area. They actually take part in the movie. They have a little counseling scene that they do in there. And they also provided support by placing ads there. The Chamber of Commerce in Hartsville, the Ridgeville Police Department. We've had a host of companies and organizations that have jumped on board. We are also facilitators for Darkness to Light here in the Low Country, where we teach the prevention on stewards of children. So we've got a lot of people that's backing us up.
Wow. Okay. Your siblings, how do they feel about this?
Well, I think that we all individually kind of took our own road to healing. So they're very excited about it as well. They, in their own way, have dealt with it, whether it be by art. My brother is an artist. He has artwork that's been featured in Empire, Blackish. He's based out of Atlanta. My sister, who's a stylist here in New Life, at New Life Fellowship, Dr. Easley, in the Goose Creek area. She also does image building. My brother, he is a producer. He does music. And so we all kind of found our outlet and creativity to cope with what we went through.
You did not allow the situation to take you down.
That's correct.
But you allowed it to build you up.
Exactly.
Wow, wow. So with this premiere releasing of the movie, what do you hope that will come out of this?
Definitely. What we want to do is, one of the things about independent filmmaking is there's a thing called no name. So a lot of times when you don't have a name already in the film industry, you kind of have to toot your own horn. Okay. So that's exactly what we're doing. We have 1,706 seats that will be filled on that day. People from up north, down south, and what we're doing is we're bringing all of those people together to help us raise awareness and advocacy for child abuse, but at the same token, pushing a message. The film title is called Escape to Tell.
Escape to Tell.
And that's exactly what we believe. I believe that I did not lose my mind. I did not quit. I did not get altered in that situation because I escaped to tell the story so somebody else wouldn't have to.
Raising awareness of domestic violence and sexual abuse.
Yes.
And so you're hoping that those watching this film will walk away empowered.
Most definitely. You know, a lot of times we're not talking about things until they happen. We're proactive as a people. So I believe that on the prevention side of things, right now, we already know that the state of South Carolina ranks #1 for domestic violence for females that are killed at the hands of a boyfriend, spouse, or live-in partner. And this is not the first year that we've ranked #1. So it's not a matter of do we need to talk. We need to talk. So hopefully when I make myself transparent to say, okay, let's talk about the real issues, because we like to dress it up, you know, not talk about some things. But I want to let people know, you know, and I have family members who are not open or honest to the fact that I was sexually abused. As a matter of fact, they despise that I'm telling this story. But at the close of the day, if thousands of people will be delivered and a few people will be mad, I'm okay with the mad.
Okay.
Because I realized that had somebody stepped up and talked in my behalf, I might not have found myself in that situation, but because I have, now what am I going to do with the pain that I've endured?
Well, apparently it's sending forth a strong message, because speaking with you earlier, you said that the company that dealt with War Room, they're trying to work with you.
Yes, yes. We do have 5 production companies right now that are reviewing our film and ready to take it to the next level. So we're not wondering if we have a message. We're glad that Live 5 has it first, but we're looking to take this around the world.
Well, Bouncearound Charleston, you heard it here first. Escape to Tell, a movie bringing awareness to domestic violence. The location is the Center Theater, 212 North 5th Street, Hartsville, South Carolina, Saturday, April the 16th, 2016, 3 p.m. and through 11 p.m. Tickets are now available for purchase at, Nefertiti, how do you pronounce your name again?
Nefertiti.
Nefertiti Smalls. And you can dial her at 229-8776 or email healinghertz@gmail.com. That's a whole lot. Nefertiti Smalls, thank you for being on Bouncearound Charleston, and I hope everything goes well.
Thank you so much.
Because you escaped to tell.
That's it.
You heard it here on Bouncearound Charleston. We'll be right back after this break.